In the summer of 1980, Ernesto Rodriguez stood on the shores of the port of Mariel. He was about to board a fishing boat with 80 other people and leave the only home he'd ever known, Cuba.
And then when they ask me, you want to leave Cuba? I go, yeah, because I don't want to be there.
Ernie is one of the 125,000 Cubans who left the island as part of the Mariel boat lift. Protests and discontent led to a rare moment when President Fidel Castro opened the doors to Cuba and allowed his residents to leave for the United States. Almost 15,000 of these exiles, like Ernie, ended up in Wisconsin. Ernie shared his life story with me as part of the Wisconsin Public Radio podcast, WPR Reports Uprooted. Once Ernie boarded the boat with his fellow exiles, they were bound for Florida.
The ocean in the beginning was calm, but when we was in the middle of the ocean, that's when it started. And that's when a lot of boats sink, people drown. When I got to Key West, the sooner I get out the boat, I kiss the ground and thank you, God.
Shortly after arriving, Ernie was put on a plane with other Cuban exiles and sent to Sparta, Wisconsin. At Fort McCoy, Ernie worked in the kitchen and showed American cooks how to make Cuban food.
So what the Cuban food? And then I show him like how to make a congri and a chicken fricassee. One day he said, "Are you guys like macaroni and cheese?" What the hell is macaroni and cheese?
In this kitchen, Ernie became friends with two cooks, the Brandstetter brothers. Their parents, Annette and Roger, would become Ernie's sponsors.
She was the best mom. I never had a mom. I told her my mom, every birthday, she making me a upside down pineapple cake. Every birthday. Sometimes I say, Mom, I don't want this no more. And she called me, Ernie, happy birthday, come and get your cake. I had to love that family because nobody does that for a black guy in another country.
For the next few decades, Ernie worked across the upper Midwest. He also started a family. Ernie is now in his 60s. He's put roots down in Wisconsin. He has a tight community of friends, other Cubans who arrived during the Mariel boat lift. They play music together, they help each other through tough times, and they talk about their dreams of someday visiting Cuba again.
I have a lot of family never met before, like niece, nephews, great-niece, great-nephews. Anytime I talk to them, it's, when you going to come? When you going to come?
Like many Cubans who came to Wisconsin during the Mariel boat lift, Ernie has been in a legal limbo for decades. He has not been able to visit Cuba because he has not been able to become a citizen. That is, until the summer of 2023.
That's it. Yeah, American citizen. I'm happy. I'm just excited, waiting for 42 years. It's big step. Become American citizen.
As a U.S. citizen, Ernie will be able to cast the first election ballot in his entire life. And he's a step closer to seeing his family in Cuba.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is go to my hometown. See if I recognize where I used to live. See if the house is still there. And then I go to Havana, party in Havana.
He'll finally return to the shores of Cuba, the country he left on that fishing boat more than 40 years ago. He'll visit with family he hasn't seen in decades, and maybe even have that party in Havana. And then he'll return to his chosen home in Wisconsin.